O'Neal and the Los Angeles Lakers taking on Yao Ming and the Rockets in the fourth game of this Western Conference. Kelvin Cato will jump center against Shaquille O'Neal. And the pivotal game 4 from Houston is underway as the teams head back. Francis comes out to set it up.
Well, to set up the pick and roll, because that's what you're going to see all afternoon is the Rockets running pick and roll and trying to exploit it, and that's what it happens. You get Shaq exploiting it thus far in this series.
Yao Ming is very proficient from that spot from which he just shot about 17 feet on the long twos, and there's a long two by Karl Malone, diagnosed with bladder cancer. We understand he's doing very well, and then Van Gundy got the job his first year here after several successful years in New York as Cato jams it through.
And every point that Cato makes is gravy for the Rockets because those are points that they don't expect.
Cato, the defensive specialist, as Bryant makes his first shot of the game. The Lakers, they're lucky that almost everybody else, apart from O'Neal, is shooting very well from the free throw line. Yao over Shaq.
See, but that's too far. Shaq will take that. He pushed Yao away from the basket. Now look at this. This is a little deeper. That's where Yao wants to get the ball. Shaq has done a great job of closing the airspace on Yao, making it very difficult for him to shoot.
Malone trying to get it to O'Neal, who gets it back after it was deflected by Yao underneath. Shaq was...
Yeah, but it wasn't Kobe. You know, Kobe is the most maligned great player that I've ever seen. You know, he, in my opinion, since Jordan, he's the best player in our league.
Steve Francis puts in a long two to tie the game. Malone quickly answers.
Very important. He has to make them this entire afternoon.
Malone was 3 of 14 in game 1. That has picked up his game since, and Malone says it's out of bounds off Yao. Yeah, the Lakers took notice of the celebration the other night. And in a way, you know, the way the Rockets ended the game and the crowd going crazy, and they haven't won a playoff series since '97. It's a little understandable. But Mobley then takes it to the hoop. And
they can talk that, but the bottom line is they did win that game. And you don't make adjustments on another team's emotion. You make it on their play.
Malone with that ill-advised behind-the-back bounce pass, and that leads to this three-point attempt from Mobley that doesn't go, but then the other way. Jim Jackson, 12 years in the league, 10th team. Yao Ming's second year in the league. Francis in his 5th. Steve Francis for 3. Curry makes it a 4-point Houston lead.
And he's been terrific in this series. He's done exactly what they need him to do, is make open shots.
And there's Jackson with a 3, and he can this season. Getting older, getting better. Had a good year. Bryant. Kobe gets it back. Can't put it in, but gets... No! Rockets ball, goaltending.
Yep.
3.5 to go in the opening quarter in Houston. Jackson falling down. That creates the steal opportunity for Payton, who feeds Malone, and the two guys each playing for a lot less than they could.
Absolutely amazed. Karl Malone, at his age, can run the floor the way he runs the floor.
As the first quarter begins to wind down. 3 minutes to play in the opening period. Mo Taylor gets doubled, and that leaves Mobley open for 3, and he hits it.
The Lakers is Shaq and Kobe and 3 role players all the time. Even when Karl Malone and Payton are on the floor, on this team, they are role players.
Case in point right there.
Yes.
Kobe to Shaq.
I would not want to get arrested by Shaquille O'Neal.
Or arrested anyway, I guess.
Fisher is now in, and the big 4 are back together. Swing back in. Cato is out. Lakers try to retake the lead. They haven't had the lead since early in the first, and they do thanks to Malone, who had 9 in the first. Nakbar, as we said before, a role player, a guy they bring in for instant energy, and Kobe has just given the Lakers a little bit of energy.
On the floor, it frees all the key players up, especially Kobe Bryant.
Bryant all the way in over France for the rest of this series.
Yeah, anyway. I think it's their lineup. I don't know if you start that lineup, but I definitely think it's their best lineup.
Here's Nakbar off the glass.
Nakbar was a terrific offensive player in Europe, and you can see Kobe gambles a little bit, allows Nakbar to get it, and right after the shot, Kobe waved over.
Feed Shaq. Now Payton on Knockbar. Knockbar with those 3 fouls. And at the buzzer, he puts it in.
He's being guarded by a 2-guard that gives Gary Payton a quickness advantage.
Payton's first points of the game. Gary is 4 for his last 20 in field goal attempts in the series. Shaq with 3 boards now as Malone can't drop it.
Yeah, 2 quick shots. Again, for both teams, start with Yao, start with Shaq, and placing that point on.
Mobley.
Los Angeles, he said it depends on a couple of key factors. And I'll get back to it in a second, guys.
Here's Knockbar on a break. And Knockbar gets fouled, and then it looks like Malone was ready to get into it with him, and Knockbar, take a look.
Well, what happened, if you see it, Steve Francis and Karl Malone bumped into each other. It threw Karl Malone off balance, which threw him into Knockbar. Steve Francis took exception, thinking that it was done on purpose.
Now, you're right. He's off balance.
Yes.
There's no place to go. And now you also have only 2 officials breaking up the altercation instead of 3 with
clean the game up. Shaq is trying to draw it on Yao. Unfortunately for him, Yao did a better job defending it.
Malone backs into the front court. He's got Kobe behind him, but he's going to go all the way. And Knockbar knocks him down. And here comes Malone is looking for Knockbar. And they call a technical foul on Malone.
Big job by Knockbar. He had to do this. I mean, it wasn't nasty or dirty, but Knockbar had to do that. On the play before he was knocked down by Malone, you know in this league, you have to do it back. He did it back in a clean way. Knockbar has just become a hero in Houston for standing up.
And O'Neal gets the rebound. O'Neal.
The difference is that Shaquille O'Neal gets
this year 49%, and in the playoffs, he's not even coming close.
But you know, it's amazing. As bad of a free throw shooter he is. He has 3 rings. Bill Russell has 11 rings, and he was a horrible free throw shooter in all playoff games.
I think that happens in the conference finals when it happens. Mark Jackson. Cato with a rebound, but then he drops it into the hands of Shaquille O'Neal. Malone with the drive, and Malone scores, and Malone will go to the free throw.
Yao Ming should allow this to just happen. He cannot pick up his 3rd foul. He should have just allowed Malone. It's better.
Determining to not let the game get out of control. Francis driving. Got it. 3-point game.
He has struggled since.
Remember, we did a game in midseason, and I said to you, I'd never heard a coach describe a guy's mood as disconsolate as Yao hits, but we had gone in to do a game, and Cato gets underneath. O'Neal with the rebound. Payton down the middle. That's George open for a 3. Got it.
Nice job by Gary Payton. Now, we might have Devin George playing good basketball.
5 points for Devin George. The Los Angeles lead is 5. And Shaq rejects it. Payton out in front with Yao behind him, and the Laker lead is their largest of the game.
If he's back, the system is not changing, and it shouldn't change.
Jackson's in play. Bryant's in play. Malone and Payton will be in play as Jackson drops one here to make it a 5-point game. Shaq. Shaq was carrying on in preseason about a contract renewal. But he's tied to him right now.
Yeah, and I just got to
play and a half. There's only one other guy, 40 or more, who scored 20 in a game, and that was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who did it 14 times. Slam dunk by Cato. Outside to Yao. Back out, Mobley for 3.
Should have shot the first one.
Yeah.
That's tough when you pump fake like that behind the 3.
O'Neal from Payton, like they've been doing it for 10 years together.
I mean, right here, right when the spin happened, it's like a football play on a down and out. On the down part, the quarterback releases the pass, and it's there. I think that's called a down and out, right?
That's a down and out.
Yeah.
Not that he called Houston Bush League, otherwise he'll get about 8,000 emails. Jackson hits. Two-pointer. He was inside the arc. And then Bryant's legal mess and all the injuries that have befallen this team as Devin George pops one. And then
he went underneath to try to draw a foul from Shaq.
Malone from Bryant. Good Rocket defense
and great patience by the Lakers.
Finally, Payton's free. 4-3.
Wow. Great. Hey, 3 or 4 average shots that they turned down. They used the clock, and they got the exact shot they wanted.
I'm not saying that was the dagger, but that was big. And then Yao answers with a deuce on the other end. The Lakers pulling away in the third quarter, and they did it with Kobe not scoring. And O'Neal with 4 points. Jackson, the leading scorer. Jackson has 14 points. 10 in this half. Kobe.
Yeah, the problem with look at Jeff Van Gundy. Come, double. Yao doubles. The problem is Kobe's looking at Yao and thinking, that doesn't matter. I'm still quicker than you. And Jeff is thinking.
For game 5, which is Wednesday night, and go back with a 3-1 lead. Houston trying to secure a 6th game as O'Neal jams it in and gets fouled.
Another one in the basket when he's that deep. Yao Ming should have backed off and allowed him to have that dunk. Now he has 5 fouls and he has to sit.
And he has to come out of the game with 10:37 remaining in the 4th as O'Neal goes to the free throw line to try to make it. Bryant feeds Walton. Rejected. Swatted out of bounds by Cato.
The first time he should have seen him because Cato's right there and gets a great block. And Cato's had a terrific game.
That's going to get
playoff.
And Gary Payton, who has not played a single minute in the last 2 games in the 4th quarter, will come in as Shaq gets it. 11 rebounds for Shaquille. Bryant. Oh, boy.
Wow.
How many guys can do that? He might be a wideout.
Here we watch Kobe split the double team, take the hit, make the shot, and what do you get? And I don't know what it was. I think it was a lob, but I'm not sure.
Francis. And now Francis says, let me hear it. Bryant. Lakers battle and Kobe got smacked in the face. The second time he hurt his shoulder in a Seattle game.
Yeah, you can see it right there.
Yep. Steve Francis got the left hand in there. That, along the way, is the 4th foul for Francis. Only the 7th turnover for the Lakers today.
I tell you, you're Phil Jackson. You're not happy with this game because they've had chances to take them out. Now it's a 2-point.
Rush. Inside to Shaq. Got it.
If he is, Yao Ming.
Meanwhile, the Lakers still with Bryant on the bench as Payton drives the lane, floats one home.
Yeah, and the tough part is that
his career high, either regular season or postseason. Yao gets it back, is going down, and traveling is the call.
Oh, and at the very end, watch Karl Malone pull the chair.
Yep.
He'll back up. Yao Ming is looking for Malone's body.
Any better than Malone?
No, the only guy that used to do it pretty well was Rick Mahorn.
Kobe has the pass knocked away. Trying to get it to Malone. We have 1:40 to play. It's a 4-point game. 18,000 plus standing at the Toyota Center as Mobley goes all the way.
Pick and roll.
Six on the clock. Bryant's got to put it up. Under 50. 2-point game. Francis. He's inside the arc. Ties it. Steve Francis with 16. And the one that ties. Here comes Kobe. Do we see Portland again? No. Overtime. Coming alive in the fourth quarter. A couple of big baskets. He has 16. Shaq comes out to guard Mobley, leaving Yao free.
So good call.
Non-shooting foul. Mobley now. Mobley going to the hoop. Oh, Houston.
I think they believe that.
Bryant gets fouled. Who's 2.5 to go in overtime. To the basket goes Mobley.
Pick and roll.
6 seconds left on the 24. Shaq with the board. Payton. Malone's going to drive. Got it.
Big.
And fouled. Taylor and Cato up front. And then Jackson has it stolen by Bryant. Kobe Bryant's going to go all the way off the glass and make it 88-87. 2 for the lead. No. And the rebound pulled down by Malone. Spectacular game for Carl. Offensively, defensively, 29 points. That big three-pointer. 11 rebounds for him. Bryant now all the way. Bryant slings it up, gets the bounce.
Mistake. No double team. You can see Francis late here. Taylor late. Kobe gets all the way to the basket for a three-point opportunity. I guarantee you that was miscommunication by someone on the
points in overtime. Francis nearly lost the ball and does because he has to save it at the end line and the Lakers come back the other way.
Jeff Van Gundy is not going to foul here because he will still have 7 seconds left. But the key is then they would have to make a three.
They have to make a three, and they have to make sure the Lakers don't make anything here. Kobe's got the ball. Bryant swings it out to Fisher. He puts it up with 3 on the shot clock. And Malone gets the rebound. It would figure Malone again, naturally. Carl 5 assists. But the steal, and then at the end, as Paget puts one up, and the Lakers will get on the plane and say what they hope is good riddance to Houston.